well, contrary to a statement I made in my opening videos on Crash Bandicoot Wrath of Cortex, I've managed to get my capture card to function on my PlayStation 2, so I am quite happy. I am over the moon about that. The quality is going to look terrible, but I'm quite happy because now it means that I can record a whole variety of new games, some going back as even... I need to check what... I'm not going to spoil it, but people might know... Oh, Dexter's Diner. That is... This brings back the memories. The memories, I tell you. I will apologise in advance if I skip any of the cutscenes, because I've done a bit of a test on this disc. I've decided not to do a test playthrough, because I want to experience this game all over again, and I did it with Wrath of Cortex because I didn't think I could do as well with Wrath of Cortex as I did. But this game was always one I was able to do 100%. I will not be using cheats throughout this run. Well, what I mean by cheats, I will not be putting in codes. I will unlock the cheats, but sorry, I'm just like at there's so much just rushing through here, because I have not played this game in probably 10 years. That is just something for me. So just go back and look at this game, because like I said, 10 years, that I've been playing the levels on and off over those 10 years on the what's the set called, on the Complete Saga on the 360, but I think going back, just looking at this place feels so good, knowing how different it is compared to everything later, but it just feels good. I don't know, just feels so good coming back to it. Yeah, due to the fact that I've got my PlayStation 2, my PlayStation 2 has not stopped working over the 13 years I've had it. This game was one of two reasons I want to get a PS2. One of the reasons was Crash Tag Team Racing. I saw my mate playing it, and I really wanted to own it myself, so that's why I got a PS2 for Christmas. But one of the first games I got was this, because I was just so desperate to play it. I can't remember what the other one is. WRC3 Rally. I don't know what happened to that disc. I probably got rid of it because I didn't really like the game. So, sorry, I'm just rambling on because really enjoying this. But back to what I was saying, since I've got this working, the capture card working like this, that means I can record some stuff back as far as the Genesis. Oh, yeah, I wiped my save. I would love to be able to do this with a co-host these games, because these games are all about co-op, but I don't have anyone I can have record the PlayStation 2 with. I've only got one working controller. My mic only picks me up unless I'm doing it online. So I'm recording this via this, really, just having some fun by myself once more. I would like to have a co-host on every so often. I've got a few people lined up in front of a firing squad. It just feels so good. I am rambling, I know, but I don't just... You have to understand, this is the first time I've done this in 10 years. This game was probably as much part of my childhood as Crash Bandicoot, Twin Sanity and Tag Team Racing were. Here we are, the text calls. They seem faster than I remember. I always remember them being so bloody slow, and oh, there's the problem there. You just see the space going green. Again, I apologise for that. If the intro cutscene, if the cutscenes start having problems, I will skip, because I don't know how old this disc is. I found it in its case. The case is broken, it's chipped slightly. I don't know where the cover is. The PS2 is making one hell of a noise. Nostalgia. But the disc was covered in dust for some reason. I had to wipe all that off. Oh god, I can see the blur. This is definitely a game of its time. Where was this game made, actually? Oh yes. This opening room. Oh yes. But this was... If anyone's played, like, the newer LEGO games, you will 2005, really? I swear this was older than 2005. It was 2003. But if anyone's played like the original one, like some... There was my controller there just deciding to... I don't know what noise it decided it to make there, but if anyone's played like the newer games exclusively and hasn't played anything past the 4 that were on the PlayStation 2, this was what we had to work with for about a year. Really, a year? I honest to God recall this game being older than 2005, so I must have stopped playing this somewhere around 2008. This is a must have... I don't know why. I regret that, to be honest. But like, as I was saying, if you played like some of the newer ones, not like some of the older ones, we didn't have character customization back then. All we had was you choose your character you wanted to play as, and you chose it. The only dialogue in these entire games, and I've already been hit. Oh, scrub. What? Did I hit you? I'm losing it. I cannot tell you how many, well, more than hours, how many days I lost my life in this game. I may have to turn off the vibration because it is really loud on this controller, actually. Yeah, I don't think I can accurately put into words just the nostalgia trip I'm having right now. If I remember correctly, I first played this in my next door neighbours. He had it on PS2 and I was like really bloody jealous. It looks like I need a high jumper for that. And by high jumper, that means the bane of every Star Wars fan's existence. But going back to what I was saying, like I first played around my next door neighbours. I think he still lives there. I'm very unsociable, and I just really enjoyed the game. Wanted to play it when I got PS2. This was one of the first games made a beeline for that Christmas. And the other one, the WRC Rally, whatever the bloody thing's called, that was one my dad wanted to get. So since he did pay for it for Christmas, I let him. I remember actually one of some of the first games I owned on the PlayStation 2 were Tag Team Racing came with it, Buzz the Music Quiz, a game I have not ever touched. There's probably going to be like some outcry there, I just never saw the appeal. I didn't really get into music until at least I don't know actually when I got into music, probably in my final year of secondary school. But at the same time, and although one game I always had from PlayStation 1 was Ridge Racer, yeah, I still own that. I'm not sure if the disc works. I need to check now if that disc works. If that disc works, that'd be awesome. At the same time, so this was one of the first games I ever got with a beeline towards... There was no doubt I always wanted this game. I remember actually, can't remember when I got it. Must have got this Christmas 2005, so about 8 months later they announced LEGO Star Wars 2. I was over the moon for that. In fact, I was so desperate we tried getting it, me and my sisters, because I had to share this console with my sister. Something I do not like doing. If you ever grew up, you never wanted to share with your sibling. It was the same with my sister. Like, I always had to let her play, which was annoying because they always got me they got a second remote. I can't do that room yet. As a child, I was thinking, oh, can I try and bypass it so I can get through the room a bit easier? But no. Had to share with my sister. Never liked doing that myself. So, what was I saying now? So whilst I had to yeah, that is awfully loud, and I had to hold that away from me, the vibration. So I had to share with my sister, and because of that, we we tried doing this old convincing tactic of where we'd get Lego Star Wars 2 for her birthday, which was a month before mine, but they said no because I wouldn't let her play it. They must have seen through that idea. So instead, I had to wait for my birthday, which was an extra month, but when it came out, there was nothing else I played. Good to see the AI has improved in the decade or so since this game came out. Yeah, the spec-wise, as I've mentioned, this is on PlayStation 2. I might be playing, if I can get hold of a copy, I might play Lego Star Wars 2 on the 360, but for more nostalgia trips, I will probably play it on a PS2.